recommendation ceremony has far too many steps. My legs are killing me from standing here. My back itches.
Everyone is watching. Behave.
If you're going to be so proper about it, then stop.
Please welcome Colonel Mike and Lieutenant Colonel Dan of the Guard of Staves to the stage for their commendation ceremony.
Oh wait, why are you ahead of me, Belly? Shouldn't this be sorted by surname initials? Why are they using given names instead?
Because it's sorted by rank. A colonel comes before a lieutenant colonel. That makes sense, doesn't it?
These are Remiel's memories. But why am I seeing them? If I'm not mistaken, the person beside her is also one of the first-generation Void Hunters. A colonel of the Guard of Staves. Belliora Vike. And this one is...
That is all I wish to add regarding the experiment. Professor Archie should have already gone over the rest with you.
Relax, Sunbringer. It'll be fine. You and RK have already explained the experiment to us nearly 100 times, each in your own way.
Then can you repeat it back to me, Remiel?
Don't worry, Sunbringer. I've memorized everything for her. I'll be watching over her during the experiment as well. So, there shouldn't be any problems.
What do you mean, shouldn't? Belly, you're supposed to say it'll definitely be fine.
The Karma Core sealed within the Void Hunter weapon. At the moment, most of our research remains entirely theoretical. As for further resonating with it, Professor Archie's experimental plan remains only theoretically feasible. Belliora, Remiel, before the experiment officially begins, you may still back out at any time. No one will hold it against you.
What are you talking about, Sunbringer? Of course someone would hold it against me. If I were to back down out of fear and throw away a chance that might let us conquer the Hollows once and for all, my future self would never forgive me for it.
Sealed within a Void Hunter weapon. A Karma Core. What is that? I've never heard of it.
Ellie, you've been distracted today. What's on your mind?
Nothing in particular.
Really? Then does that mean you stepped on my feet 3 times in a row on purpose?
Ugh.
Come on, don't be so tense. We don't get to dance together every day. Just try to enjoy it, okay? I know what you're thinking, but look at me. I'm not worried at all because I know that in tomorrow's experiment, no matter what, as you always have.
Yeah. Just...
I'm sorry. You should have noticed sooner. Good night, Ellie.
Where am I?
You're in someone else's home, sleeping in someone else's bed. Please tell me you don't drool in your sleep.
Remiel? Wait, is this the Enna Gang's hideout?
Correct. It looks like you're still in good shape. That whole ordeal didn't scramble your brain after all. Tell me, what did you see? Now, don't go quiet on me, Mr. Proxy. Unless, are you perhaps a little too bashful to speak up? Worried you might be mistaken for a peeping Tom? I'll go first then. I saw you, your sister, and those two classmates of yours. What were their names again? TRUVIA and...
Sir Pico.
Oh, right, Sir Pico. So that's what happened between you all. No wonder you were so shaken.
Why? Why were we able to see each other's memories?
That is not a question I can answer for you. After all, I have only experienced it twice myself.
Twice?
The previous time was when I retrieved Thaumiel from within you. I was really caught off guard, too. I had no idea what was happening. It felt like a flood of memories that weren't my own poured into my mind all at once. Though it seems you have no recollection of it whatsoever. Maybe you were already on the verge of losing consciousness then, and felt nothing at all. All right. It seems I am the one who'll be mistaken for a voyeur. For the record, I didn't mean to pry. So, can you tell me now? What exactly did you see?
I saw you, Colonel Vike, and Lady Sunbringer. You were talking about something called Karma Core. And after that...
Not long after that, Belly died. I killed her with my own hands.
Remiel.
I'm sorry, Wise. I know I was the one who brought this up, but I'd rather not talk about it anymore. It's getting late. You should head back to Amber Hall. Does everyone in that covenant of yours have this nasty habit of haunting people like restless ghosts?
I'm simply concerned about your mental state, Remiel.
Then this is the worst possible time to appear. I can at least pretend you don't exist if you just stay away.
Sorry.
If you are truly sorry, then You knew all along that Faith and I would have that strange resonance, didn't you? I'll take your silence as...
Yes. I knew all along that he would have an anomalous resonance with you. The part of you that's already fused with the Karma Core. But I'm sorry. I did not expect the two of you to see fragments of each other's memories because...
Fine. Since you are being so sincere, I will forgive you this once. So, why did you show up this time? Surely you didn't come all this way just to apologize.
After your previous encounter with Eldrader, I'm sure you realize what the three Sunbringers of Roscaelifer truly are.
Perhaps. I'm not drawing any conclusions here, but I have a fairly good guess. Sunbringer. She always did have a habit of taking things too far.
What's your plan then?
My plan? Well, how about a short summer vacation here in Roscaelifer for now?
Remiel, I'd hate to remind you again, but time is running out.
Though, to be honest, I don't think you need to be in such a hurry. I know that storm you foresaw better than you ever will. And before it's finally here, let me rest a while longer. In this city in the sky. Opportunities like this don't come often, so I just want to take one more good look at the ideal city and at the final gift she left for this world.
I've never seen Ramiel look that sad before. What exactly happened between Ramiel, Colonel Vike, and Lady Sunbringer?
Forget your trouble.
Forget it. I shouldn't be dwelling on that. I've got to head back to Amber Hall first and review the data we collected.
You're finally back!
Huh? Belle, what's wrong? Why do you look so tense?
How could I not be? You suddenly lost contact with Fairy down at the bottom of the retroflux zone. If Ramiel hadn't used your phone to let me know you were safe, I was about to grab Billy and Cecilia and come looking for you.
Sorry. That's my fault. I should have let you know. Wait, how did Ramiel know my phone password? Did she learn it back then?
So, what exactly happened after you lost contact with Fairy and me? You shared each other's memories. Can our ocular implants really...
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever happened before. But Ramiel said she saw something similar when she pulled Thaumiel out of me. I think Thaumiel and my ocular implants must have had some kind of weird reaction or a resonance.
True. Both times Thaumiel was there, but you spent quite some time with Ramiel before, and nothing like that happened, right?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like there has to be something else besides the ocular implants and Thaumiel.
How about we go ask Lady Dracaena the night after tomorrow? She's overseeing our treatment, so she may know more about them.
The night after tomorrow? Why then?
Lady Dracaena will be hosting a welcome banquet for the guests at the CCD reception hall. We received invitations as well.
Lady Dracena's hosting it herself? Does that mean the CCD's singularity leakage issue has already been resolved?
Most likely. Otherwise, she wouldn't have scheduled it. I heard that there's another welcome banquet happening in Virium at the same time. Lady Lindvern and the ESD are hosting it for guests who still haven't been cleared to land in Buastrom. When I went out this afternoon, I ran into Valina and Norma. It looked like they were already heading to Virium to make preparations.
So there are still guests stuck in Virium. Do you think that person who looked like Sir Pico could really have been...
No, Wise. There's no way that was Sir Pico. You know he...
Yeah.
Wise. I get it. Seeing Truvia again was bound to bring back a lot of memories, but that's all in the past now. Sir Pico, Helios Academy, they're gone.
Hey, Belle, why do you look even more upset than I do? Anyway, let's leave the past where it belongs for the night. We should both get some sleep. We worked hard to get our schedule back on track. You wouldn't want to ruin it now.
Yeah, you too. Don't stay up late. And no scrolling under the covers. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Maybe I should take another look at the data from the retroflux zone before I call it a night. If I'm lucky, I might find something that tells me who the culprit really is.
Wise? Your light's still on. Still working? Why? I told him to go to bed early, and here we are. Huh? These scattered papers here.
Notice. These are drafts Master used to analyze the culprit's intentions. Additional notice. Master has been asleep for approximately 30 minutes. Deep sleep is highly probable. Suggestion. Second Assistant, please refrain from any action that may wake Master.
I know, Fairy. He needs some good rest. I'll handle it from here. That's what the second assistant is for.
Negative. Correction. Second Assistant will complete it under Supreme Assistant's direction.
All right. I'm counting on you then, first assistant. Fairy, give me a quick summary of everything we've established so far.
Understood. Displaying all current findings and analysis for Second Assistant. Finding 1. The culprit's victims share no common traits. Their identities are of limited use for further deduction. Finding 2. Whenever the culprit implanted potent ether into each Bangbu victim, he also set a specific activation time and activation location.
So for the culprit, what matters was the time and location, not the victim's identity.
Affirmative. Based on current information, the most meaningful data is the time and location of each singularity leakage.
Fairy, can you pull up Airspace Patrol's recent records? Start from when singularity leakages began appearing frequently. I want to see when and where each occurred.
Understood. Accessing Airspace Patrol's internal network.
Wait, Fairy, why are you hacking into Airspace Patrol's intranet? How do we even explain this if they catch us? Just stick to the public records?
Too late, Second Assistant. Intrusion and search processes complete. A complete schematic has been generated for Second Assistant, with all singularity leakage times and locations marked.
So these circles mark where each singularity leakage appeared, right? The energy hub, the retroflex zone, the CCD. Looking at the map, they appear to be randomly scattered around Buastrom. Oh, right. I remember now. Even after a singularity leakage disappears, there's still a window where it can be reactivated.
Affirmative. Such events exist in archived records.
Fairy, could you mark the locations of these reactivated singularity leakages as well?
Understood. Corresponding locations have been added to the map for Second Assistant.
The positions changed a lot. No wonder Lady Dracaena spent so long dealing with the CCD singularity leakage problem, huh? Fairy, what's the significance of these overlapping areas?
Answer. These indicate multiple singularity leakages occurring in close proximity, both in time and location. Analysis. Under these conditions, multiple singularity leakages interact, causing the affected area in real space to expand accordingly.
So what you're saying is, multiple singularity leakages that appear at the same time and place can overlap? Wait, does that mean... Fairy, can you reorganize this data again? I want to pinpoint when and where these singularity leakages came closest to overlapping.
Understood. Generating new analysis results for Second Assistant.
This is it.
How long was I out? Fairy, it said wake me up after a bit. Huh? Belle, what are you doing here?
That's not important. Look at this. Fairy and I found out why the culprit is creating these singularity leakages.
What is this?
This is the location of the singularity leakage the culprit created last week, 3 days after we rescued Toby. Each of these singularity leakages overlaps with the others, and the affected area stretches from the edge of Scommel Hollow all the way to Buastrom's main urban district.
So, the culprit could use this method to move something from Scommel Hollow to Buastrom. Wait, it couldn't be. Gartablulu?
Yeah, I think so too. The culprit's real objective is likely to move Gartablulu into Buastrom's urban district. When you encountered it before, it already showed a clear tendency to be attracted to singularity leakages.
Okay, but what happens after that? Once Gerta Blulu was moved into Buastrom's urban district, then what? And besides, if it's really inside the singularity leakages in Buastrom right now, why hasn't anyone found it?
Looks like we'll have to follow the trail of the singularity leakages and investigate on site.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I slept pretty badly last night. Oh well. I should head downstairs and find Billy and the others first.
Wise! There you are! Belle already told us everything.
Now that's our manager! You found a clue on the culprit in no time at all!
Alright, time to investigate the site. We'll head to the energy hub and trace the singularity leakages as they appear, until we locate either the culprit or Gerta Blulu.
Right. Fairy and I will stay here and back you up remotely, just like before. Wise, if you run into the culprit or Gerta Blulu, don't do anything reckless, okay? Your safety comes first.
Don't worry, Belle. I promise I'll be extra careful.
We'll protect the manager too!
Yeah, don't worry, Belle. If anything goes wrong, I'll grab Wise and make a run for it. Oh, sorry, Billy, you're on your own, buddy.
No problem! A Starlight Knight always protects their companions until their dying breath!
Wow, seriously? Come on, don't say stuff like that, it's bad luck. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's go! We're here. Stay sharp, and if things go south... Huh? Where are we? Did we end up back in Buastrom?
It looks like... an office?
This place feels really familiar. Wait, isn't this Lady Dracina's office? Valina brought me here before.
Huh? Lady Dracina's office? So Gerta Blulu came all the way here just to walk straight into a trap? But Lady Dracina never mentioned anything like that.
Strange. We expected the trail of singularity leakages to lead into Buastrom, but why would it end at Lady Dracina's office?
Hmm? Wait! Footsteps outside! Hide! Now! Startled me. What are you all doing here? Well, actually, Wise, you explain. I see. A path formed by singularity leakages? I really hadn't considered that possibility before. If your speculation is correct, then Gerta Blulu is most likely hiding among the singularity leakages in Buastrom right now. And if that's the case, it all makes sense.
But Lady Dracina, do you have any other clue?
Well, you see, a few nights ago, a small singularity leakage appeared near my office. Considering that, together with your deductions, the target of both the culprit and Gerta Blulu lies. Could I ask these two to step outside for a moment? After all, their identity...
It's all right, Lady Dracina. We're all friends here. It shouldn't be an issue.
I understand, but this concerns Roscaelifer's highest level secrets. The fewer people who know, the better. Especially considering who these two are. A new Eridu public security officer and an unemployed freeloader.
An unemployed freeloader is a little harsh, Lady Dracina.
Oh, I get it. It's the kind of top secret stuff where knowing too much means trouble, right? Maybe even getting silenced permanently. Yeah, more or less. It's a bit complicated, so Wise and I will need some time to talk. Cecilia and Billy, you can return to Amber Hall and rest. Once we're done, someone will escort Wise.
Right away, no problem, Lady Christina. Me and this robot vacuum will disappear right now. We've already stopped listening.
Something feels off. Why am I treated differently from Cecilia and Belly? Is it something about my identity? Why would Lady Dracena send them away like that? Should I call them back here?
What is it, Wise? Something on your mind?
It's nothing, Lady Dracena.
Come here, Wise. I'll tell you what happened that night. That night, I had just returned to my office when I sensed an unusually strong ether presence in the air. The source seems to be somewhere around here.
Now that you mention it.
Aside from the residual ether, these documents were scattered across the floor at the time.
Lady Dracena, are these documents connected to the incident?
Compare them with what you have found. Once you read them, you will understand.
CCD facility renovation plans, personnel transfer records, Rosetta Data daily reports. They don't seem to have much in common. What's going on? My eyes just... Wait. That ethereal broke in several days ago. So why is there still ether residue? And the ether isn't coming from in front of me. It feels more behind me. I knew it. You're not Lady Dracena. What exactly are you?
Lady Dracena, I'm Truvia from High Ambitions Corp. I'm here for our...
Truvia, run! Huh? Truvia. No. Move. Now.
Lady Dracena, are you unharmed? We received word that something inside the sea... Is that... Miss Truvia? How did this...
Sigrid? Oh, thank goodness, just in time. Hurry, help me stop the bleeding.
Yes, Lady Dracena.
This is my fault. I shouldn't have left her here alone with Juan.
Wise? Lady Dracena, forgive my boldness. But do you mean... Mr. Wise gravely wounded Miss Truvia?
Yes, that's what happened. What I mean is, I never realized there was such a deep animosity between Wise and... But I believe Wise must have acted on impulse. He would never do this otherwise. In any case, our first priority is to find Wise and get to the bottom of this. He just fled. Lindvern isn't here, so... Can I count on you to handle this, Sigrid? Sigrid, is something troubling you?
My apologies, Lady Dracena. I will find Wise at once and bring him back to you.
Good. I'll leave that to you, Sigrid. And about tonight? Keep it quiet for now. We don't want our guests who've just arrived to feel any unnecessary panic.
Yes, Lady Dracena.
Go, Sigrid. Go fulfill your duty. Find him. Arrest him. And then... bring him back to me.
Heroics! Why did you pull me away? Truvia, she was right there. Why wouldn't you let me save her?
Because she's beyond saving. Her wounds were clearly fatal. There was no way to save her. And that thing that appeared like Sunbringer, we cannot face it on our own.
Aren't you powerful, Pyroist? Supposed to be powerful, Pyroist. So why? Why didn't you use that power to save her?
Are you sure? Do you really want to see the rest of Roscaelifer buried alongside your old classmates? Acting on impulse won't save her, and it won't help you either. Take some time to clear your head in the rain before that thing finds you, and then go do what only you can do. What you have to do.
Something only I can do, but right now, I can't do anything.
sure look like a mess. It's only been one day. How did you end up like this?
Ramiel, why are you here?
The airspace patrol alarms have been going off non-stop. So I had to check, didn't I? They could be looking for their fugitive. So, how did you manage to end up in such a mess? All right. If you don't want to talk, fine. But don't stand out here in the rain, okay? You'll catch a cold. And if you don't want to go home... Oh, right. Amber Hall's already surrounded by the airspace patrol. Going back now would be walking straight into a trap. In that case, why not come to my place for a while? At least I can give you somewhere to... If you don't answer, then I'll take your silence as a yes. Here's a towel. You should dry yourself off if you've got the strength. You can take a hot shower, too. There's a makeshift bathroom over there. The Bamboo built it for me. Okay, fine. If you don't want to move, I'll dry you off myself.
Why? Why did you bring me here?
Hey, shouldn't you thank me first, Mr. Soaked to the...
Thanks, Ramiel.
Since when did you become so obedient? That isn't like you at all. If you really want to show your thanks. Here, it's your turn.
My turn? To do what?
Your turn to dry my wings for me, of course. There, hey, what's with that look? I've already dried you off. Now it's your turn to return the favor.
All right.
You know, Wise, I've never liked rainy days. The rain always leaves my wings soaked and heavy. Shake as I might, I can never quite dry them. The same goes for taking a shower. Though at least I can manage to keep my wings from getting too wet.
What wings must feel really uncomfortable.
Yes, honestly, it's miserable. And such a hassle to manage. A hairdryer is useless. Too hot and I start shedding. Too cold and I catch a chill. But I can't just wait for them to air dry. It takes forever, and I'm way too impatient for that. Besides, it leaves this strange smell that I can never wash out. So, the best solution is a slow towel dry like this. But with wings this large, before, if I got caught in the rain, I'd sneak onto Belly's bed and roll around, drying my wings on her sheet.
Huh? Wait, why would you crawl into someone else's bed? Wouldn't that make her upset?
It was fine as long as I didn't get caught. Though, of course, whenever Belly did notice me, she was absolutely furious. And no matter how angry she was, in the end, she'd always do just what you're doing now. Wise, do you know what New Eridu's records say about what became of Belly and me?
I remember something about an operation called the Day of Silence. You and Colonel Vike were involved in an accident, and then both died in the line of duty.
Yes, died in the line of duty. Such a noble, dignified phrase. Though, in a sense, it isn't entirely wrong. After all, for us Void Hunters, our first and only duty was to suppress the Karma Core inside our weapons.
The Karma Core inside the Void Hunter's weapons?
That's right. Remember the Enchainer I mentioned before? What truly sets them apart from ordinary ethereals is a special core known as a Karma Core, found only within an Enchainer. According to RK, a Karma Core differs from an ordinary ether core. It doesn't form naturally. It is something made directly by the Creator. The Creator made the Karma Cores, a power capable of rewriting the laws within Hollows, and used them as the cores to create the Enchainers of the Great Hollows. That's the gist of it, at least. Back then, after a long and bitter struggle, we finally were able to bring down one of the Enchainers. But the Karma Core itself could not be destroyed. RK and Sunbringer, they wanted to eliminate the threat posed by the Karma Core once and for all, while allowing humanity to harness the power within it. In the end, they found a way to seal the Karma Core within Porceloy. And from that, they forged the Void Hunter weapons.
So, the power inside Void Hunter weapons ultimately...
Yes. Which is exactly why there are so many side effects. At the time, we were naive enough to believe that if we could truly master that power, humanity might finally overcome the Hollows once and for all. So, when RK and Sunbringer proposed the plan, we never doubted it for a moment.
Lady Sunbringer and Professor RK's plan?
Yes. Project Sunseeker. I'll never forget that accursed name for as long as I live. Simply put, it was an experiment that used vast quantities of Porceloy as a medium to partially fuse us Void Hunters with the Karma Core sealed within our weapons.
They fused you with a Karma Core? Then that would mean...
It meant we'd become artificial Enchainer, no more enduring the costs of wielding Void Hunter weapons, and perhaps even achieving a stronger form to defend New Eridu. Looking back, I can hardly believe I fell for RK's lies so easily.
So, it was in that experiment when you and Colonel Vike...
Yes. Belly and I were the final participants. Or rather, the final test subject. Looking back, I wonder if Belly already knew the truth behind RK and Sunbringer's plan. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't have insisted on coming along. She's never been one to enjoy the spotlight. If only I'd realized what she was thinking sooner.
Remia.
RK was extremely meticulous, always laying out careful, detailed plans. So, I can't say if the Karma Core losing control during the experiment was truly an accident, or if it was his cleverly disguised plan all along. But whatever the truth, it ended with the Karma Core spiraling. As for me, I partially fused with the Karma Core inside Damiel, becoming what I am now. A monster. Half human, half Enchainer. Maybe, deep down, I'm just not ready to give up my life so easily. In the final moment, Thamiel's power of controlling temporal patterns froze me in a state of near suspended animation. I didn't fully awaken from the sealed Persenis Hollow until about a year ago.
The power of temporal pattern.
Right. Remember my feathers? The ones that can pin you in place? karma core sealed within Thaumiel holds the power to halt the flow of time. And because I partially fused with the karma core, even without Thaumiel, I can replicate a similar effect on a smaller scale. But that little bit of power isn't nearly enough to take on those 3 sun. That's why I had to reclaim Thaumiel. Even if it accelerates my path to becoming an enchainer, I still have to. Never mind. Enough about me. Why am I even telling you all of this? Still, now that I've told you, it's your turn.
My turn again?
To tell me your story, of course. Let's call it another round of our little Q&A game. You didn't actually ask, but I had a feeling you'd want to know. So I went ahead and answered anyway. Now, it's your turn.
I wasn't actually going to ask you anything. You simply started explaining it on your own.
Fair enough. But once you say certain things out loud, they don't weigh on you quite as much anymore. Or perhaps you'd like a little help getting started? Let me think.
Serpico and Truvia. They transferred to Helios not long after Belle and I started there. They came from a prominent background. They were the adopted children of Mosient, the head of High Ambitions Corp. They were exceptional students as well, so it didn't take long for them to become some of the Academy's most talked about students. We were all studying under Miss Carroll at the time, and before long, we became close friends. Back then, we all had ambitious plans for the future. Understanding the Hollows, perhaps even conquering the 6 Great Hollows. Later, the 4 of us who ranked at the top became the only 4 people ever to have smart ocular implants. Then, during a performance test for the implants, I lost control. Serpico. He died because of me. When I finally woke up in the hospital, I learned that Truvia had been taken away by people from High Ambitions Corp. The next time I saw her was during the fall of the old capital. She was with one of High Ambitions' rescue teams. To be honest, I never imagined we'd meet again like that. Belle and I were seriously injured, but we still wanted to go back. Back to the ruins of Helios, to save as many people as we could. We begged Truvia for High Ambitions' help. We promised we'd guide them through the Hollows, that we'd do whatever it took. But she turned us down without hesitation. I can't really remember what happened after that. But on that day at Helios, no one made it out alive except Belle and me. Then, in Roscaelifer, I met Truvia again. We talked about the past, but the way she spoke about it felt as though she were talking about someone else's life. I didn't know how to face her. And ever since then, no matter what I do, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. That gaze. I don't know whether it was Truvia's or Serpico's.
Perhaps it was your own, the you from the past. The one who kept thinking, if only I'd done something sooner. Making peace with the past isn't easy. And sometimes, you don't get the chance at all.
Yeah, there won't be another chance. Truvia, she was killed by Dracena. By that thing pretending to be Dracena.
Something pretending to be Dracena. Wise, what exactly happened before I found you? I see. So that means... No. Judging from the timeline and the outcome, perhaps not yet. I'm not let's go find out. All right. Sit anywhere you like. Just, not the bed. Wet bedding is such a pain to deal with.
I am afraid I cannot comply. I know Mr. Wise is here, and I have come to take him back. Please do not stand in the way of my...
Secret. She won't be easy to fool. Wise, hide for now. Wise? What are you doing?
Secret. There's no need to pressure them. I'm right here.
Thank you for your understanding and cooperation, Mr. What?
I'm sorry. I can't go back with you.
Well, since Wise has already stepped out into the open, I suppose there's little point in my remaining hidden. This would be our first proper face-to-face meeting, would it not, Deputy Director of Airspace Patrol?
Remiel. Now that is an unexpected development. Mr. Wise, Lady Dracaena has ordered a search for you. But our only aim is to uncover the truth of what happened inside the CCD. So please, come back. As for this fugitive wanted for the attempted...
Just so we're clear, if you decide to make a move here, you'll be the only one who dies.
How can you be so sure before you actually try?
I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I am a fugitive after all. Hardly a saint to begin with, but are you really willing to die like this? As a puppet controlled by that monster without ever learning the truth?
Then speak plainly. I have no patience for riddles.
Very well. You really do take all the fun out of it, don't you? Then I'll tell you out. The Sunbringer inside the CCD was Gerta Blulu in disguise.
What did you say?
Huh? I expected that reaction from Sigrid, but you too, Wise? I thought you'd figured it out already.
That's quite a leap. I know that definitely wasn't Lady Dracaena, but... Gerta Blulu? How is that even possible?
That is quite a story you've come up with, Remiel.
Oh? I was expecting something more along the lines of, "How dare you slander Lady Dracaena?" followed by you charging straight at me with your spear. I was quite prepared for that. Or could it be you've suspected all along that the Sunbringer at the CCD might not...
What makes you so certain that it was Gerta Blulu?
Intuition, perhaps? Of course, there was also my trust in Wise, and a little reasoning. According to Wise's account, they followed the trail of singularity leakage through the energy hub, yet somehow ended up in Dracaena's office. Then the false Dracaena showed up, sent Billy and Cecilia away, began mutating into an ethereal, and attempted to silence Wise for good. That's when Truvia arrived. She saw through the imposter's disguise too, and became her first target. After that, Sigrid, Dracaena ordered you to bring Wise back to the CCD and uncover the truth. Have I got that right?
Yeah. Sigrid, I understand why you'd find it hard to believe, but this is what I saw with my own eyes.
I did receive orders from Lady Dracaena, but what does that prove?
Let's put it this way, Sigrid. Before you arrived, based solely on Wise's description, I assumed Lady Dracaena's karma core had gone out of control and turned her into an enchainer. But from what we've seen before, if that were the case, there is no way she could have retained her human consciousness, much less continued issuing orders to you. With that possibility ruled out, And considering Wise's discovery of the singularity leakages, along with the recent appearance of multiple enchainer larvae, it is entirely possible that either Gerta Blulu or Bashmu entered the CCD through the singularity leakage, and, through the Karma Core, became partially fused with Dracaena.
How could that even be possible?
It seems you have at least a basic understanding of enchainers and Karma Cores. Good. That saves me a fair bit of explanation. I can't say how Sunbringer managed it, but the most likely explanation is that she divided her Karma Core into 3 parts and entrusted them to the 3 ladies we see today. That would also explain why Gerta Blulu and Bashmu appeared at roughly the same time. Then again, there may be a 3rd enchainer larva out there that we simply haven't discovered yet. As for why I don't think it was Bashmu, well, that's the easy part. Bashmu is enormous. Had it appeared in Buastrom, it couldn't possibly have gone unnoticed. So, either it was Gerta Blulu, or a 3rd enchainer larva we haven't discovered yet. It attacked Lady Dracaena, and it succeeded. Just not completely. Otherwise, there would have been no reason to keep impersonating her. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like, 2 people fighting over the same controller, judging by the current situation. It seems Gerta Blulu has the upper hand.
That is still nothing more than speculation. And if Mr. Wise deceived you, then none of your conclusions would hold.
It's true. I have no way of proving that I wasn't lying.
It's all right, Wise. I believe you. And I believe everything you've told me. Remember the rules of our little Q&A game. You don't have to tell the whole truth, but no one is allowed to lie. And besides, Sigrid, you've heard us out this much already. I'd say that means there's still room for us to talk. Wouldn't you agree?
What is it you want to talk about?
Why, how to get that poor little Sunbringer out of her current predicament, of course. So, interested? There's too many eyes out here. We should speak inside.
The retroflux zone. I never would have thought you would be hot. I never expected the Airspace Patrol surveillance network to have such a glaring blind spot.
Would you call it that? Before all this, I wouldn't have believed anyone would willingly live in the sewers with a whole colony of Bangbu either.
I was pretty shocked when I first got here too.
All right, let's save the small talk for later. Let's discuss how we're going to deal with Gerta Blulu. Or rather, what to do about Dracaena. First of all, the enemy has already taken control of the CCD. That effectively gives it access to Roscaelifer's communications. In other words, we can't communicate with anyone through electronic means right now. If we do, it'll notice us almost immediately.
Lady Dracaena did give orders to keep a close watch on any unusual communication signals with—
See? The enemy is already starting to show the cloven hoof. No offense to horse tyrants, of course.
Go on.
Dealing with it wouldn't actually be difficult. The real problem is how to do it quietly. Even I can't be sure I could bring it down in a single strike. None of us knows how deeply it has fused with the Karma Core. If we act rashly, worst case, everyone in Roscaelifer ends up witnessing Lady Dracaena turn into an ethereal. And by then, even if we manage to save Dracaena, to Roscaelifer, all we've really done is save a monster that could turn into an ethereal at any moment.
I never thought you cared about Roscaelifer's order and stability.
Why wouldn't I? This is the utopia my friend built with her own hands.
Remiel's right. We need a way to keep the imposter contained without drawing any attention. Sneaking back into the CCD again probably won't work. Even if Sigrid helped us and cleared out all the guards, unless we could somehow lure the imposter out of the CCD and into somewhere isolated. Somewhere no... Ramiel, Sigrid, I know how we can deal with the imposter without drawing anyone's attention.
Oh?
Please, go on.
Tomorrow evening, the CCD will be holding a welcoming banquet for the island's guests in its reception hall. Lady Dracaena is scheduled to host it herself, which means she'll have to appear in person.
That does sound promising. We could go in as guests instead of forcing our way into the CCD. That would save us a great deal of trouble.
But, Mr. Wise, with so many guests around, how do you plan to stay unnoticed?
What if a singularity leakage were to appear at the exact moment the imposter makes an appearance? Or rather, a passage formed by multiple singularity leakages. That's how it was transferred to Buastrom in the first place. So naturally, we can use the same method to send it back. And if there are no airspace patrol soldiers near the hollow at the time, then it shouldn't attract any attention, right?
I am starting to lose track of what you mean, Mr. Wise. How are you going to make a singularity leakage appear in the CCD reception hall at that exact...
Yesterday, Ramiel and I found the culprit's crime scene at the bottom of the retroflux zone. We also figured out how those singularity leakages are being... I think I can make something similar. As long as we keep it under control, nobody at the banquet should be in any danger.
Fighting fire with fire, are we?
Yeah. As long as we have stable hollow observation data to run the calculations. Oh, wait. No. I don't have the HDD with me. And I can't contact Belle or Ferry either. So, how am I
Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong, Why?
If you are concerned about obtaining stable hollow observation data, while I am not an expert in that field, I should still be able to offer some. There is a derelict area known as Rosewick within the Scommel Hollow. During patrols, we discovered equipment there that is similar to what the CCD uses to process Rosetta data. However, due to their excessive size, they were left abandoned on site and never retrieved.
If the equipment is still operational, we should be able to make use of it. But without data boot to handle the calculations, that would probably take... Oh, the Enna Gang's Bangbu. Most of the Enna Gang's Bangbu used to be CCD data boo. If they're willing to help us.
Don't you remember, Wise? In their eyes, those 3 Sunbringers are all imposters. Anyway, leave this to me. At the very least, Prophet Boo should be willing to do me this favor. That leaves one final question. How are we supposed to get into Scommel Hollow without tipping off the imposter?
Why are you both suddenly looking at me?
Oh, nothing. I simply thought a certain Airspace Patrol Deputy Director might be able to get us into Scommel Hollow.
At first light tomorrow, I will return here and find a way to get you to Rosewick. I can also pretend I never saw you tonight. That is all the assistance I can offer. And if I discover that everything you have told me is false, I will personally answer for tonight's decision, whatever the cost. Before I leave, there is one final matter I would like to confirm. You once attempted to assassinate Lady Eldrada. Why then are you going to such lengths to say...
Because none of them are the Sunbringer I'm looking for. To me, they're no different from this city in the sky. They're all gifts I simply don't want to stand by and watch the things my friend shared.